my goodness. And there it is. Wow, get this in to go.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Bowl TV for the 2021 PWBA Greater Nashville Open. My name is Aaron Smith with Bowl TV and USBC Communications, and we are ready, folks. This is the final qualifying round from the Smyrna Bowling Center in Smyrna, Tennessee. 18 games in the book so far, and for 12 competitors, another 6 to determine our top 4. We have a tie at the top of the leaderboard right now between Verdi Crawley and Alexis Nair, but absolutely 0% of anything is settled at the moment. Right now, taking a look at the 4th spot, plus 333, Brianna Cote. Taking a look at the top 12 players, Stephanie Zavala in 12th, only 105 pins back. So all 12 players are going to have a chance here in the final 6 games to make a run to make this championship round appearance coming up later tonight. 7 p.m. Eastern right here on Bowl TV. We'll bring in the rest of the Bowl TV crew in just a moment. We're going to head out to the lanes, though, at the Smyrna Bowling Center. Warm-ups have just wrapped up, and now it's time, folks. We are ready. Final 6 games to determine the top 4 here at the Greater Nashville Open. So we got the lanes. We got the arrows up there. We got Sean Ryan making his way across the settee area, and we are ready. 6 games left to go. Emil Williams Jr. and Curtis Von Kruger will be joining us in just a moment, but right now let's go full screen as we get ready to go. Final round, Greater Nashville Open, to determine the top 4. We'll run over the standings and more in just a quick second. Once again, we're on the same 39-foot condition we've been using throughout the course of competition. 25.28 mils the volume, a combination of Kegel Terrain and Kegel Current oil. 2.61 to 1 the ratio this week, but from practice seemed tricky. But players have begun to settle in. We've seen the strikes pick up. Took a 212 average to make the top 12. Currently leading right now, a 220.39 average, plus 367, as we mentioned. Alexis Nair and Verdi Crawley tied for the top spot. Just 6 pins back is Shannon O'Keefe in 3rd at plus 361. Brianna Cote in 4th at plus 333. The first player out of the show right now is our opening round leader, Birgit Norreichs at plus 309. Maria Belanova and Brianna Klemmer tied at plus 297. Valerie Bercier plus 284. Shannon Pluhowski plus 274. Cassandra Luthold plus 273. Daria Payuk, who bowled 257 in her final game to get into the number, plus 251. And Stephanie Zavala, the 2-time champion this year, plus 228. All right, folks, a big hello to everyone joining us on BowlTV.com. We know you've enjoyed the action so far throughout the course of the weekend. We appreciate you stopping by once again. Hopefully we'll see you all at 7 p.m. Eastern for the stepladder finals. Big hello to the folks joining us on Facebook. Checking out the sneak peek for game number 1 as a friendly reminder. As with all of our PWBA Tour telecasts here on Bowl TV, We are showing you game one on Facebook, but after that, you will have to go to bowltv.com to check out the action, find out the top four for the stepladder finals tonight. And my third hello is going to go to one of the members of the Bowl TV crew joining us here on site at the Smyrna Bowling Center. Let's bring him in, folks. The one, the only, Emil Williams Jr.
Yo,
indeed. What's up, guy?
man, it's we're getting down to the nitty gritty. There's my buddy Snowman, well, my fellow broadcaster. Always like to call the fourth quarter the money period. So this is the fourth quarter, Aaron. It's the game's on the line, and to be honest with you, all 12 players have the game on the line, and we don't really say that a lot when we get to this round. Most of the time on this tour.
That's a good point. Usually there's some separation or, a few players who are just, happy to make the cut, happy to continue bowling, but just so far back of the top four that, in 6 games, it may be unrealistic to kind of make up that type of ground with everyone bowling so well in front of you. But 105 pins between 4th and 12th. And, even looking ahead of that, just 30 pins ahead of the top spot, 34 pins exactly from 1st to 4th. So this is going to be a round that is going to be very telling for a lot of these players. We talked a lot about the rookie class here. Stephanie Zavala has proven herself. She's won twice already this season. We've talked a lot about Brianna Clemmer, who's in the mix once again, looking to make her 3rd consecutive championship round appearance on the PWBA Tour after back-to-back third-place finishes. I'm excited to see Alexis Nair and Maria Belanova in this situation. Alexis made a great run at the Albany Open, finishing 8th last week, but now she's at the top of the leaderboard. She was chasing the number the whole time last week. Here she is at the top now, so potentially a little bit of extra pressure for her. She's clean so far. She's got had a nice conversion in the second frame as well. And then Maria Belanova, who is putting together her best performance of the season. Very familiar with the center as a collegiate standout at Vanderbilt. Does she have enough firepower here in these final 6 games on this 39-foot condition to get back into the top 4? She led after 2 rounds, but we get to kind of see how the moment shapes up for some of these young players, and as well as for some players who haven't made a stepladder yet this season.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for all those players you mentioned, and this round simply is about finishing. For Alexis, finish the deal. That spot in the top 4. Same thing with Maria, who bowled so well throughout the event, finds herself just outside of that number regarding the top 4 at the moment. It also could be an opportunity for the players who are, in that 8 to 12 spot. Valerie Bercier has been very good. Shannon Pluhowski, the lone lefty, can make some things happen, of course. Sandra Luthold, who is 2nd after round 1. Is in Daria Payok, and we know what Stephanie Zavala certainly is capable of. So, for the first time in a long time, 1 through 12 legitimately have an opportunity to make the stepladder final.
It's going to be exciting to watch, folks. And as we mentioned, we do have all channels or all bowlers now available to watch across all 3 channels on bowltv.com. So you can follow your favorite player across the house. We'll go full screen here. As Verity delivers the strike in her 5th frame. So starting off here on PWBA 1, lanes 21 through 24, Stephanie Zavala, Verity Crawley, Daria Payuk, and Alexis Nair. On PWBA 2, 25 through 28, Cassie Luthold, Shannon O'Keefe, Shannon Pluhowski, and Brianna Cote. And then 29 through 32, PWBA 3, Valerie Bercier, Birgit Norreichs, Maria Belanova, and Brianna Clemmer.
Aaron, I think of all the players here, I think not that no one's paying attention per se, but I feel like the player who has been under the radar this week has been Brianna Cote. And I feel that she does that a lot, but I think it's just more of a what's the best way to put it? Like, I hate saying players are underrated, but I do feel like sometimes they can be overlooked. And I think Bree sometimes falls in that category. and she snuck up, in second place yesterday at the end of round number 2. Here she is in 4th. We know that she has continued to put herself in position to win titles. She's got a couple. She's finished second in a few more. So knows what to do. Certainly knows how to win. So no surprise theoretically that she is where she is. So make sure the good folks at home watching, keep your eyes on Brianna Cote.
This 39-foot condition, we've seen players migrate to the middle portion of the lane. Saw that big move in the round of 32. More and more players starting left. She mentioned Shannon Pluhowski, the lone left-hander, I believe has been using urethane for most of the week on the left side.
Yeah,
she was the only left-hander to advance to the round of 32, so it's kind of already seen this breakdown before in the previous round where she was the only southpaw competing, so essentially going to a fresh pair each and every game, but finding a way to stay ahead of the moves. Found a little look at the end of the block, 221 and 246 to wrap things up. To get into 9th place, plus 274.
Also, not quite the hammer we're used to Shannon throwing. She's doing something a little different. I can't tell if it's urethane. I know she did throw some reactive in practice before this round started to experiment a little bit. And, on another note, I had mentioned how cool would it be to have, at one point, probably 2 of the best players, for sure, without a doubt, actually. 2 of the best players in NCAA bowling at the time, Brianna Clemmer and Maria Milanovic. And they get a chance to cross during this round together.
Taking a look at some of the other pairs. Cote clean through 6, no doubles yet though. Looking to connect for 1 in the 7th. Pluhowski struck on 5 out of her first 6 shots. Looking at a 7-pin conversion in the 7th, so she can max out in the 250 still. Shannon O'Keefe, similar situation. 5 out of the first 6. Spare in frame number 7. Max in the 250s. Valerie Bercier, 5 out of the first 6, spare chance in frame 7. Vilanova, clean through 4, double in the 5th and 6th frame.
Quick shout out to the players who obviously just missed top 12 this week. Missy Parkin finishing in 13th at plus 226. Fortunate 175 game to drop out of the top 12. Julia Bond was trying to make her way into the top 12. Shot 256, but essentially needed a strike in the 10th frame, which ended up being a 4th. And ultimately was the difference there by 3 pins, excuse me. Missing pieces by 2. Dasha Kovalova, good week, 15, finishes at plus 213. Tanya Raumenper, 16th at plus 176. Ashley Galante, good week, 17th at plus 155. Kayla Fashuna, 18th at plus 135. Jasmine Mason, 19th at plus 132. Lindsay Boomershine, 20th at plus 131. That list goes on and on, 21 through 32. Caitlin Johnson at plus 130. Liz Culkin at plus 121. 21st and 22nd, respectively. Chelsea Barnes, of course, hometown favorite in this situation. Plus 120, finishing 23rd. Jada Horn is 24th, or finished 24th. Really nice week for Jada as a non-member. In fact, she ended up being the only non-member to make the round of 32. So, again, congrats to Jada on a good week. Young player out of Memphis. Sandra Gangor finished 25th at plus 80. Taylor Boltice, another great week for Taylor Boltice. Man, she gets better each week. It's been fun to watch her rise on this tour. Taylor finishes at 26 at plus 79. Maria Jose Rodriguez plus 46 and 27. Congrats again to Jennifer Hokersack, her second cut made here this season after coming out in 2019, making 0 cuts. She's made 2 here. 28th at plus 40. Sydney Brummett, 29th at plus 37. And Liz Johnson, minus 4 and 30th. Isabella Alvarez, minus 21 and 31st. Courtney Ermish, 32nd at minus 87. There have been 0 300 games to this point. And a great square, by the way.
Oh, Daria. Messengers, let's go. They have not connected very often this week. I've seen a lot of pins going across the deck, but they have been shy to hit the 10 pin in most of those situations. Shannon Pluhowski has set up her 10th frame with a pair of strikes. If you get to 245, Shannon O'Keefe max at 225. Brianna Cote can get to 203 still. Valerie Bercier, 246, her max score. Nothing crazy for Birgit just yet. She can max out at 202 this game with the 9th and 10th left to go. 206 the max score for Brianna Klemmer. 230 out there for Maria Balanova. Cassie Luthold, max score 196. And into the 10th frame we go here on our featured pairs. Daria unable to get the second hit in the 10th, but it's going to be in the 220s. Alexis can still get to 217. Stephanie Zavala spare shooting being put to the test here. Not the type of start she was looking for. 105 pins back of the cut. And she's made the last 2 splits. If she can add one more, salvage 180. $223 for Daria. 213 for Verity, 217 for Alexis, so she'll be 4 pins ahead of Verity. It's going to be 176 for Zavala. O'Keefe finished at 201. Let's head on over to PWBA 2 real quick. Could take a look at Shannon Pluhowski, already in the 230s. And to our friends on Facebook, as we wrap up game number 1, just a reminder that we'll be sending the broadcast directly to bowltv.com after this. So the Facebook feed will be going down in the next couple of shots, but you can head over to bowltv.com, create a login, and pick up a subscription to watch the conclusion of the Greater Nashville Open. You can pick up an event ticket to watch the live action for the rest of the day, $8.95. You can pick up a monthly subscription for $9.95, just $1 more, or pick up an annual recurring subscription, $79.95, the best way to support these great athletes on the PWBA Tour. For $79.95, transaction fees do apply. And, of course, we do have giveaways. That's right, folks. Giveaways every round here on the PWBA Tour, including during the stepladder finals tonight. Not 1, not 2, but 3 bowling balls will be given away.
LeBron-esque. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Okay.
Well, 3, yeah. We stop at 3. That's still a lot of bowling balls, so for 3 matches. So all part of the Bowl TV experience. Of course, the great community we have in the chat as well. Chatting, talking, having a good time. 180 for Brianna Cote. Drop her to plus 313. Pluhowski is going to surpass her. Can get to plus or gets to plus 318 here. It looks like we've wrapped up on 29 through 32 as well. 224 for Valerie Bercier, 166 for Burgett. So we're already seeing some of that movement taking place here in the standings. But folks on Bowl TV, we're going to take a quick break. Once again, to the folks on Facebook, thank you for joining us here for the sneak peek. Head on over to bowltv.com to continue the fun here at the PWBA Greater Nashville Open. Nice long, Maria. Come on.
Talking about how good he's ball, man. Stay long for that swing.
Heading into game number 2, final round of qualifying, PWBA Greater Nashville Open. We'll let you know where the players have moved to. We are watching lanes 25 through 28 at the moment. PWBA 2, Valerie Bercier, Birgit Norreichs, Maria Belanova, and Brianna Klemmer. PWBA 1 currently has Cassie Luthold, Shannon O'Keefe, Shannon Pluhowski, and Brianna Cote. On PWBA 3, Stephanie Zavala, Verity Crawley, Daria Payuk, and Alexis Nair. This top 12 is going to be wacky, Emil.
Yep. And already got some numbers for you. Not sure if those are available as of yet. Online, that is.
Not quite yet, but should be there soon. Go ahead and give us that rundown, though. That Bowl TV exclusive.
All right, here we go. After 19 plus 384, now Alexis Nair is the outright leader by 4 pins in front of Verity Crawley. Second at plus 380. Shannon O'Keefe is third at plus 362. Maria Belanova is back in the number at plus 327. And here comes Shannon Pluhowski. After the 244, she is fifth at plus 318. Brianna Cote is sixth at plus 313. Valerie Bercier is seventh at plus 308. Brianna Klemmer eighth at plus 281. Birgit Norreichs ninth at plus 275. Daria Payuk 10th at plus 274. Cassandra Luthold is 11th at plus 247. And Stephanie Zavala 12th at plus 204.
4th through 10th place, 53 pins separated.
And really for the first time in quite a while. And that's what happens after you bowl one game, certainly. And there's a few low scores out there, obviously. Now 12th. In this case, Stephanie Zavala has a lot of work to do to climb that ladder to enter the top 4.
Valerie Bercier had a great run at the Albany Open last week, making the top 12 for the second consecutive tournament. Birgit made the show at the Greater Cleveland Open. Talked quite a bit about Brianna Klemmer and her run these past couple of weeks, back-to-back third-place finishes. For Maria Belanova, trying to make her first stepladder finals here on the PWBA Tour.
We could see something there that goes, every game, one person in the top 4 falls out, the new one enters. That could happen too.
100% in play. Brianna Cote front and forward to start on PWBA 1, 23 and 24. Here getting Valerie. Off to strong starts here. It's like a position round every game.
Definitely. That's definitely each game this round for sure is has utter importance. Normally, they're all important, but because each or the a position potentially in the standings is riding on every game.
Kind of taking a look at the other pairs. Not too much on PWBA 3 at the moment. A couple opens up there. A couple splits. It's really about Brianna Cote and Shannon Pluhowski so far on PWBA 1. Shannon O'Keefe had a split up there, but just throwing a couple strikes to go with it. She's on cruise control. Yeah, we really haven't had, at least in recent weeks, a position round, or I'm even thinking position round, a round at 12 that has just been this, like there's been separation in the field. This has happened. There's been a player or two who have just said, okay, I'm getting a spot. Everybody else is fighting for the rest.
Certainly adds to the excitement and the intrigue. Knowing that it's must-see TV, each channel, each game. The first person to blink, the situation could be out. Game 6 probably will have the most importance of a standard event. Not going to compare it to any major, but from a standard event perspective, certainly could be the most important. I mean, personally, I would really enjoy seeing. We saw 3 in and 3 out in the round of 32 last night to make the cut to today. And wouldn't that be something if we saw that at the end of this round to get to TV, or in this case, of course, our Bowl TV step ladder?
That would be pretty crazy. I feel that those 3 players would probably disagree with you about that if that was the case.
Sure.
But
and they should. I think we got an update here, Aaron.
I see the man himself, Curtis Von Kruger. Curtis, what's up?
Hey, guys. I'm sure you guys are talking about this, but the front of the lanes are hooking. It can't be understated. I see a lot of players really having to force it through the front part of the lane. and it is playing a lot tighter down lane, so you don't have as much free hook right as you were. So it's playing really tricky. But a player to really watch for right now, if Shannon can convert her spare, Shannon Plahowski, she can stay clean on her spares. I really feel like she can make a really strong run at this show. And watch out, like she can match up well, and I don't think anybody would want to bowl her in the step ladder on this particular shot right now. She switched to resin, and so I really feel like Shannon is a player to watch right now.
Jump from 9th to 5th place after game number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I expect her to continue to just not. It's about her just staying out of trouble. Manage the pocket. Don't try to force things, and pick up your 3 or 4 or 5 baggers when you can. But I mean, it's going to be there for her all night. So that is going to play to her advantage, and I think she will. I'm calling it right now. I really feel like she's going to make the step ladder final. That is based on what I'm seeing from her right now.
All right, Curtis. Keep an eye out, folks. Shannon Pluhowski, Curtis Von Kruger pick to pick up steam here, make the top 4 at the Greater Nashville Open. Curtis, thank you as always. Good, sir.
I like that prediction. Certainly. I'm on board with that one because experienced enough to know what it's like to be the lone lefty, right? So in a situation where the righties in this case are, fighting each other to get left, Shannon is already left. And knows what to do. Good note from Curtis regarding the resin. He is throwing reactive.
Well, and we've talked a lot about Shannon, and but we haven't necessarily tracked her from game to game to know if that's been, it seems like most of the times we've caught her, she's been throwing urethane, but looking at her round from earlier this morning, she got her pins at the end of the block. Otherwise, she was 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 190 before 221, 246. She starts 240s here today for the round of 12. As Clemmer gets that pin to scout across for 4 in a row. So if that little change gives her a look on the fresh and she has something to go to, where she can put together some pins later, in the step ladder final, if it comes to that, that is a scary combination.
We're going to find out here, Aaron, real soon.
Brianna Cote can still shoot 279 this game over on 23 and 24. She's actually crossing with Shannon Pluhowski. Shannon can get to 217 this game with the 10th frame left to go. Shannon O'Keefe can max out at 213. Some struggles this game for both Verity Crawley and Alexis Nair, sitting 1-2 in the standings at the moment. Alexis just opened the 9th frame. She can get to 182. Max for Verity right now, 191. So potentially here, Emil, if Cote can finish this game out.
Come on, Aaron. Give it to us.
She can move into the lead. I was doing math and looking at scoreboards and trying to do all this at once, and I failed miserably. So that's what that pause was about. So Cote, she can double in the 10th. And I just went to go look, and she did not double in the 10th. Looking at the 278.
Oh, that's never a fun spare.
Pluhowski opens the 10th frame for 195. We're all over the place here, E. Brianna Clemmer's going to be a mover this game at 237. So she'll be north of plus 300.
Getting wild.
And looking at the scores on 29 through 32, nothing exciting to look at. So maybe those might be the problem pairs to keep an eye out for. Potentially a high game of 190.
Yeah, and that's not going to do anyone any good. It will help Verity in some capacity if she can get to that number. And simply by limiting the number of pins she will return to the field.
So Cote goes 244. She opens the 10th. She'll get to plus 357. O'Keefe, 192. She'll drop to plus 354. So Cote has gone around her. Bolanova is going to drop to plus 319 with a strike here. Pluhowski's going to be at 313. Clemmer's going to get to plus 315 here. Nair drops to plus 356. Looks like Verity Crawley is going to hang on to the lead, but it's going to be by a narrow margin. She's going to be at either plus 360 or plus 361. Emil, we may have the top four all within 10 pins of each other.
I'm telling you what's going to happen. and we might see the most frustration we've maybe ever seen in a round of 12 by players, and it would be deservedly so because there's going to be some moving and shaking in that last game.
Is there a song out there? Moving and shaking?
Feel that's got to be. I like Shannon Pluhowski. Put a little fear in folks. I think she's doing that a little bit. Not that anyone's thinking about or considering, you gotta bowl the pins, especially in a situation like this where each game there's going to be movement. But the rundown. Shannon's on the chase right now. Pluhowski, that is.
So we get ready for game number 3, folks. Gotta give a big shout out each and every week here on the PWBA Tour. Big thank you to Storm Bowling for their continued support. We mentioned the giveaways of the bowling ball during the stepladder finals, and of course throughout the year. Storm Bowling is the leading manufacturer of high-performance bowling equipment. Be sure to visit your local VIP Pro Shop to pick up your new Storm bowling ball and bowl up a storm. Shout out to Storm. All the good folks who are part of that organization supporting the PWBA Tour. Emil, we talked about first 700s and bowling balls used to accomplish said feats. I used a Storm bowling ball to shoot my first 300.
Did you?
Storm X Factor Vertigo.
X Factor Vertigo. I'm not sure I heard of that ball until you just told me.
There's purple. Purple-black combination, swirls and such. Yellow logos. Still have it at the crib.
Is it in like some type of case?
No, it's sitting on the carpet currently.
Come on, guy, you got to put that up somewhere.
I'm working on that right now. The signed Emil Williams Jr. bowling ball is taking up one of those spots. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Forgot about that. Why did we do that?
it was a moving situation. Remember? That was the only way I would take that bowling ball.
Oh. Yeah. Yes. I didn't want that. Right. That would've- I think I was really trying to give it to you so you could actually do it.
Well, you were, but at the same time, you did have a lot of equipment to move around there. So,
I did. I'm trying to recall now my 300, or I should say, yeah, the bowling ball used to keep 300. And I think it was a Roto Grip Silver Streak particle, I think. It's a very good ball. Lines are coming on, ladies and gentlemen. But just in a different manner.
do you see a score update available online? And I said the top four were going to be within 10 pins of each other. The top four are within 7 pins of each other, folks. Verity Crawley plus 361. Brianna Cote plus 357. Alexis Nair plus 356. Shannon O'Keefe plus 354. Maria Balanova, first player out at the moment, plus 319. Brianna Klemmer moves up a couple spots with 234 to plus 315. Shannon Pluhowski plus 313. Valerie Bercier plus 309 with 4 to go. Birgit at plus 296, then a bit of a drop off to Daria at plus 259. Cassie at plus 226. Stephanie Zavala plus 194. Eight players within 52 pins of the number right now. Or I should say first place.
How important, if anything, Aaron, do you think the top seed is today? Is it any more important than any other week based on how closely contested the standings are?
Honestly, I think yes. I mean, there's always the advantage of only having to win one game versus 2 or 3, depending on where you're coming from in the bracket or in the stepladder. But I mean, and this probably goes to each individual player as well about how closely they're watching. But I'm sitting here in Arlington, Texas, and I'm getting worked up about these numbers. I'm stressing out a little bit, even though I'm not even bowling. So I imagine when this is all said and done, as close as this is, as tight as this has been, everybody's just going to have a big old sigh of relief once this block is over for the 4 players who advance. And I think having that extra time today, more so than maybe other rounds where you want to get more comfortable on the pattern, it feels like there's really no consistency to kind of the scoring pace. There's a lot of jumping up, jumping down, jumping up, jumping down. So maybe just having that extra break just to relax and kind of sit back, collect your thoughts, and kind of develop your game plan might that extra half hour, 45 minutes, hour, whatever it may be a big difference today.
I would agree with you, Aaron. I think there's in some odd moral victory type situation, you come away with the top seed here, and that's a small victory, of course, in the big picture, if you will. Get you some hard-earned extra cash guaranteed, and then you focus your attentions on that one game, that one match.
For game number 3, still watching lanes 25 through 28. We are getting some names up there as well, folks, at least for 25 and 26. But we have Daria Payuk and Alexis Snyder, Cassie Luthold and Shannon O'Keefe. Over on PWBA 1, we have Maria Bolanova and Brianna Klemmer and Stephanie Zavala and Verity Crawley. And over on PWBA 3, Shannon Pluhowski, Brianna Cote, Valerie Bercier, and Birgit Norreichs.
Nick Hoagland chimed in the chat. Appreciate him. And the tight field, tougher pattern, and iffy, quote unquote, iffy carry makes the standings close. Yeah, that messenger situation. How many messages have we seen that just haven't hit anything?
Too many by my account. Too many.
A lot of 8-pins, although I haven't seen many or any, I think, this round so far. Wrap pins, some high flush 7s. This situation, Aaron, this is where Shannon O'Keefe becomes just downright scary, because she can obviously realize and kind of seize that moment where it's like, okay, if no one wants to claim the top seed, okay, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Some of like Kevin Durant, my favorite quote. Like, you know who I am. I'm Shannon O'Keefe. Y'all know who I am. You guys know what I'm talking about. I would highly suggest you YouTube it. All it might take in this situation is one game of, I won't even say 270. I'm going to say 250. I mean, through 2 games, the highest game has been 244 from any player.
Emil, my apology for the delay. Getting back to your Shannon O'Keefe point, yes, that's something Jason Thomas has talked about quite a bit over the past couple months and even into the years. Is Shannon has learned how to perform in these situations where they get tough, they get dirty, it gets difficult. The pressure's all there, the moment's there, where she knows she can essentially just buckle down and make that shot. she has that. She can get into that mode, get into that mindset to where she can just put her head down, make the shot she needs to make. And most of the time, there's a messenger. Yeah. But she can get it up in those moments and make those shots. So you're 100% right. I will disagree with you, though, on your Kevin Durant quote being your favorite, because I know that's a lie. Because I know it's Katie can't win a championship with those Cats.
I don't know, man. That I'm Kevin Durant thing has moved on up. I did forget about that. We had it up on my desk area. Katie can't win a championship with those Cats. We need a KD on tour. Someone like that. Someone who just, all right, I'm willing to get into it with the Twitter faithful.
Nothing too crazy happening at the moment on PWBA 1, 21 through 24. Brianna Cote picking up steam once again.
Oh,
got 3-bagger up there.
Well, trip 4-9. That's a 4-7-9. Looks like.
And Emil, that 250, 260, 270 game you're talking about is looking really real right now, the way these are beginning to shape up.
Yeah, and I was thinking that for one player specifically, any of the players in the top 4, and certainly anyone from right 5 through 10 at the moment, but especially in the top 4 to create that separation. But we could have multiple players who could produce that this game. And I would kind of follow the script at this point. You know, we've had some struggles, some low games from everyone, and then we might have high games at the same time for that.
Only half the players were averaging over 200 for the block so far through the first 2 games. You mentioned Pluhowski with the highest game so far, 244. She's leading the way at plus 39 for the block.
Cote also shot 244 in game 2. But that is the high game, obviously, but from 2 players, 2 different players. Second highest game to this point is 234 from Deanna Clement. There's a candidate for sneaking up on the field, or at least the top 4 in this case. You know, if Daria Payo could start stringing them, she could play the rundown game as well. Right now, she can't find a 3-back. And how much different would this game be already here? He carries and brings obviously 3 and 6. I mean, that's you could almost pencil her in at 240.
Mm-hmm. O'Keefe catches a break, just leaving the 4-pin there. But the thing Daria has that I don't think anyone else can match here is, I guess I would call that unlimited left. Well, maybe not unlimited, but pretty close to it as far as she could probably get to a place on the lane that no one else can get to. Verity's pretty close.
I think Zavala could probably get pretty close, if not match that, I think.
She's pretty close too.
Another question that could come up here, and if John is still in the chat, I'd love his thoughts on this, where we often talk about the risk-reward situation. And would a player be willing to take a risk, like in what you just talked about, Aaron? Do you try to get further left in a zone that you can call your own, if you will, and try to reap the potential of a reward? You could also be flirting certainly with danger, I'm sure. In this situation, or because the field is so close and tightly contested, so you kind of continue on this path of doing what you're trying to do. Hopefully it works. You catch a few breaks. Really, if these players catch a few breaks, then it could be a different story.
I think at the moment there's not a person right in this field who's left who can be passive, and I think you have to have your foot on the pedal right now. I mean, if there's an instance where a game where the pair is just not looking good, and there's going to be probably a pair here too that you hit where 195 2-0 might be equivalent to 230 on some other pairs, and you take that, but foot on the gas right now. Verity Crawley, if she doesn't double in the 10th, she's looking at a spare conversion in the 9th. She's going to be in the 160s this game, which will be one of those. I mean, that could drop her. She's currently in the lead. That could drop her 5-6 spots.
Daria might pass her the way it's going.
Maria Bolanova can get to 196. Brianna Clemmer having some struggles on 21 and 22 as well. She can get into the 180s, 190s. $191. Cote 2 O's. Valerie Bercier 2 O's. Birgit really has the best chance on the outside pairs to make a bit of a jump here. She can still get to 235.
This could be the game of the tournament, and I know it's early to say such things, but looking at the standings and how things are currently, or where they currently stand, this could be the game here for Daria to make the run.
For Daria and for Shannon O'Keefe to become the first player to create some distance here. She's going to be gaining 50 pins on Nair. 4-pin doesn't go.
That's that walk back where We may say a few expletive words.
Beep, beep.
A couple of F's and MFs, and it happens. That's what we do as bowlers sometimes, right? That looked like a really good shot. Obviously, it's a touch high on the head pin. That's a 4-pin there, but still take 230. But most importantly, got to make this fair.
So Cote can get to 204, which right now is looking like a monster game. Officially be 202, so she's going to be at plus 359. O'Keefe is going to move into the lead. Birgit's going to get to plus 320. Bercier's going to stay at plus 30. Or she's actually going to drop a few. Plus 306. Kluhowski 180, so she's going to drop below plus 300. Klemmer 180, she's going to drop below plus 300. Volanova's going to be in the 180s. She's going to be right at plus 300. Verdi's in the 160s. So she's going to drop to that plus 320 range. Nair's going to drop to the plus 330s. So Shannon O'Keefe, 226. Plus 380, your new leader. And Daria is right in the mix now. She's going to be in the high plus 290s here. She's going to go from being 100 back of the cut to about 20 to 30. Saw someone reference it in the chat, musical chairs.
Oh, yeah. Could be that I'm back moment for Daria, too. With all she has gone through, obviously, well documented regarding the visa of both Verity and Daria. We asked her, what tournament was that, Aaron? Was it Albany or, no, I'm sorry, maybe Farmingdale? Kind of how she was feeling. Did she finally feel like she was getting back into some sort of rhythm after going through what she's going through, then traveling to the United States? And I think her first stop was Storm. And so a lot of moving going on, if you will. And you finally get a chance to kind of settle down and get back into the tour mode, if you will. She looks very confident. I think we've seen when Daria has some confidence, good things tend to happen.
Look out is what happens. Speaking of looking out, look out for Rotogrip. One of the great sponsors here on the PWBA Tour. Giving away a bowling ball later tonight. Everything the good folks at Rotogrip do is to put you in a position to dominate. They make equipment that makes you your best, because that's not your name up there next to your scores, Mr. Williams. It's your reputation. Be sure to visit rotogrip.com to view their complete line of high-performance bowling balls. Rotogrip. Shout out to RG.
We really got into that one, Aaron.
It's an aggressive read.
The copy must have suggested you read it in a very aggressive, dominant-like manner. It's a good copywriter, whoever wrote that. You get paid a lot of money to write copy. Apparently, they just didn't let us know about it.
3 left to go to determine the top 4. Taking a look at Brianna Klemmer, Maria Balanova, Verdi Crawley, and Stephanie Zavala.
Very good comment in the chat from C. Nelson, who says, that's okay. If you don't like the way the standings look now, just wait a minute and it will be different.
It's like the weather in Texas.
The standings now are mimicking the weather.
So this clouding thing has come full circle. We're clouding your position in the standings now.
I do like Evan's point in the chat about Verity being very strong late in blocks. I believe that's very true. There is a score dash alert, Aaron. Aaron, where are you?
I'm right here. Oh, I wanted that hit. I needed that hit. Emil, if you got the scores, let's hear about this craziness.
Let's do it here. Shannon O'Keefe, as you mentioned, in the lead at plus 380. Brianna Cote second at plus 359. Alexis Nair is third at plus 339. Verity Crawley now fourth at plus 323. Birgit Norwitz, after 166, is followed with 221 and 224 to stand at plus 320. 3 pins back of fourth. Valerie Bercier is sixth at plus 306. 17 back. Maria Balanova is seventh at plus 303. She is 20 back. There is Daria Payok in eighth at plus 296. Brianna Klemmer now ninth at plus 295. Shannon Puhalski is now 10th after the strong start. Down to 10th at plus 293. Kathy Luto, the 11th at plus 240. And in 12th place, Stephanie Zavala at plus 199.
Emil, you just mentioned 7 players within 30 pins of the final spot.
There it is.
And right now, the players ahead of that spot, not necessarily safe. Maybe Shannon O'Keefe. I don't think Shannon's going anywhere now that she's got there. We'll see if she can kind of buckle down here and continue to do Shannon O'Keefe things. But that 359, 339, 323. $66 pins separating second to 10th place. Those scores are updated online as well now, folks. Talk about angle through the fronts. Maria's laydown point getting very close to that left gutter, trips the 4. Seven players averaging over 200 so far for their 3 games in this block. The high 3-game total so far, though, 645, Daria Payuk. We got Cote at 626, Bercier at 622, O'Keefe and Pluhowski at 619. Birgit 611. Balanova 606. Emil, we kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier in the broadcast. We've seen some ups and downs here for Alexis Nair, for Maria Balanova, for Brianna Klemmer. These rookies out on tour, trying to make that first big jump, whether it's that first championship round appearance or first victory. It's been interesting to see how they've kind of been attacking this final round of qualifying here.
Yeah, this is where, obviously you talk about, right, veterans who have made a great living, made a lot of noise, obviously, on tour. And it's where you see those players tend to buckle down and like a Shannon O'Keefe, for example, who, as you mentioned, and I said it in the round of 32, the last thing players want to see is Shannon O'Keefe ascend to the top spot. And she's there now, and I agree with you. I think she's going to give that back. But for the young rooks now, it's simply about doing what they've done to get them. Really, like Alexis Nair. She left for a couple of games. Still in the top 4. So can you find it in you to produce a couple of games? Same thing for Maria Balanova. It's built so well, you'd like to see her gonna have a little icing with the cake. Right now, it looks like a carry battle for Alexis Nair. Man, for Verity, good shot at the spare there.
Taking a look at PWBA 1, Birgit. Spare 3-bagger. O'Keefe, strong start, clean through 5. Daria, after an open in the first, 4-bagger.
Aaron, I better call all of the Daria Payo fans out there. There are a lot of them. Share it on Twitter, Instagram. He's coming for the top 4, Smith. Continues to be trouble here. Already needs some help. Oh, wow. That's the old insult to injury right there. Well, Stephanie's a ball. Nicely done there for Stephanie. You leave something weird that shouldn't have been there, and certainly she would have made it happen on the make. Maria Bolanova, it would be very beneficial if she can get to 240. Obviously, she was working on the Dutch 200. Someone talked about fans and Daria feeding off the crowd. It's still getting used to fans being back a little bit, but you know they're there when you really get to the round of 12, and they are kind of leaning on every shot from their favorite player. They're throwing the shot with each player, feeling the emotional roller coaster with each player. And Maria just can't buy a break on the left lane. Darius had some weird leaves. Well, that one was a weird leave for sure. The pocket fixed. Stone cold 9-pin. Frame before that. And that's the thing, man. Sometimes in our sport here, you throw it good, 2 shots in a row, momentum could still be rolling, and it is, but all of a sudden you end up with 9 spare, and instead of potentially looking at 260, 270, maybe at worst 250, now you got to sheet it for 245. Still time, though, for Bolanova. But if she can figure out this left lane, hey, keep striking on the right lane because she has to finish on the left lane. Take a peek at what Valerie Bercier is doing. She's in 6th place at plus 306.
It's going to be a rough one for Valerie. Bjergit can get to 238, but 166 the max for the 2019 Rookie of the Year. Shannon Pluhowski potentially looking. They split to start the 10th to be in the 160s. Brianna Cote can max out at 190. Take a look at the conclusion here on 29 through 32. Daria got that first hit in the 10th. Not going to get the second, going to be in the 230s. .160 finish for Pluhowski, 169 for Brianna Cote.
Professional bowling right here for Alexis Nair. Starts the game with 5 consecutive 9 spares. Finds a double, only the 9 spare, 8 spare. And to throw the last 3 in the 10th to get to 213. That's hard work.
Verdi Crawley 204. But we are going to have some more moving around here. We're going to have a few players potentially fall a little bit farther back of the pace. Shannon O'Keefe is going to extend her lead on the field, however, with just 2 games left to go.
did you say that Birgit earlier had shot 230?
She finished with 227. So she is actually going to move into the number and all the way into third place. Verity Crawley is going to fall out of the top 4 at the moment, just 1 pin behind Brianna Cote.
Interesting. And to bring some more interesting news, I imagine bring in Curtis.
Hey guys, just give you a little update. Been watching. Obviously, you guys just watched Daria here on the channel. She's kind of had a revelation over the last couple of games. Over here on the high end of the house, just outside of the reach of Bolt TV, she sent one right and really got it right, and it peeled off the spot and struck. And ever since that kind of aha moment, she realized that she has a little more free hook down lane than pretty much anybody else right now. So her ball speed allows her to get it through the fronts really clean, and then she has the hand to bring it back where other people can't. So as long as she's around the tracer board down lane, she's hitting the pocket. I think she has a look that really nobody else does right now. And I think that obviously she's moved from, I think, 9th to, I think she might be in 4th place at this point in time.
She is in 4th. That is correct. Yep.
Yep, she's in 4th, and she's only 17. She's picked up over 100 pins to the show, literally in the last couple of games. So Daria on a streak right now, as it looks like the top 4 are Shannon, Alexis, Birgit, and Daria, now with Brianna Cote just 2 pins behind. So it's going to be a race to the finish. Spares are now more important than ever as the lanes have really kind of gotten dicey for a lot of players.
All right, Curtis, thank you for the breakdown there. Daria making the move, and that is correct. 234 last game, got her 2 pins ahead of Cote and 3 ahead of Crawley. But then we see a little bit of a drop-off after that with Valerie Bercier, 155, Brianna Klemmer, 170, and Shannon Pluhowski, 160. They have fallen farther back. So Maria Balanova, 194 that game, plus 297, still within 30. But we go from 10th place being into the mix down to 7th place. That's big games from Klemmer, Bercier, or Pluhowski coming up here.
Pluhowski has made a switch back to a purple hammer to start game 5.
Daria started this round in 11th place.
Sure did.
We'll get our first look at her in game 5 coming up next. Kicks things off with a strike.
It's been a fun cross to watch. Daria and Alexis. 2 players going about it slightly different. Same zone, but style-wise, rev rate, etc. Certainly different. I think Alexis, a lot of learning here, a lot of growth happening on the fly for Alexis Knight. I think a lot of confidence too as it continues to grow.
Taking a look across the board here on Bull TV, Cassandra Luthold and Shannon O'Keefe on 29 and 30, Shannon Pluhowski and Brianna Cote on 31 and 32 on PWBA 3, Valerie Bercier and Birgit Norreichs on 21 and 22, Maria Belanova and Brianna Klemmer on 23 and 24, PWBA 1. We are watching PWBA 2 here on our main station. Daria Payuk, front 4, joined by Alexis Nair on 27-28, Stephanie Zavala and Verdi Crawley on 25 and 26. Just double from Alexis, though. .22 pins separating second to fourth place. Shannon O'Keefe has created some distance. 40 pins ahead of Alexis Nair at the moment. Look out, though, PWBA. Daria, front 5. Daria's going to reset. Something did not feel ready to go there for her 6th frame, so full reset for her. Alexis Nair will step up for her 10-pin. Birgit had moved into the top 4 this game. 5 out of 6 to start. Clemmer still with 267 out there this game. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th frame left to go. So it looks like scoring pace has gotten going a little bit here. Shannon Pluhowski, after 160 last game, needing a big game to get back into the mix after a split to start, 5 in a row. Just taking a look around the house here. Maria Balanova, double in the 7th and the 8th. 244 still out there for her. We mentioned Birgit 5 out of the first 6, but she opened the 7th frame. Her max score also 244 currently in the number. Valerie Bercier can get to 235 still. Brianna Clemmer 232. Shannon Pluhowski still striking 7 in a row after the open of the first. She dropped to plus 253. So she's able to take it off the sheet in the 9th and the 10th frame. She would get to plus 332. Shannon O'Keefe, nothing too crazy this game. One open in the first, double to make up for it. 190 pace. How about that conversion there? 8th frame for Alexis Nair.
Again, continuing to grow as a professional right before our eyes, Aaron.
And fighting for the cut to make your first championship round appearance. Less than a game and a half left to go.
What Daria is doing, Aaron. Dare I say, if she can finish this game, if she can get to 270, I'll give her 2-6. If she gets the first one in the 10th, can she catch Shannon?
It's in play. Jump from 11th to 4th to 1st. It is in play. I mean, Shannon currently on PWBA 3 can get to 226 still. Pacing 190. Pluhowski did not strike in the 9th frame. So her max down into the 250s. And O'Keefe catches a 710 in the 8th.
Wow. No, Aaron, you said it, and I agreed as far as Shannon not withholding or giving up that the top seed. But you got to give credit. The credit is due. And this is the Daria Payo show here this afternoon. We've seen her have shows. She's been the marquee in many events. She has been the headliner. And she has kind of reclaimed that a little bit here.
Max now for O'Keefe, 203. Here's Daria, first shot of the 10th. Oh.
Good Lord.
Oh. Come on.
Not a time to do the wobble, Aaron. You got to save that for the wedding reception.
Big 10th frame here to maintain where she's at for Alexis Nair. First shot of the 10th.
Yeah. She wraps the 10. One item about Alexis, or another item I should add. I feel like I've done a good job of letting the viewers know all about Alexis Nair this week. But we talked about spare shooting in between rounds. And Curtis was commenting at the time her low game was 192 before this round started. I think her high game was 250-ish, whatever that was at the time, 253 maybe. But she said her spare game is the highlight of her game. She's worked on them continuously throughout her life, her certainly short young career here, because she says she never really strikes that much. And so to keep pace, she's always had to be an excellent spare shooter. That's on display.
Birgit going to be in the 220s this game, so she's going to maintain her spot.
How about Birgit? All right, Daria kind of stealing the show a little bit. But Beer get out to the slow start. 3 consecutive 220s. And what else this game, Aaron? I apologize. I missed that.
She just wrapped up with 223.
So, again, 4 consecutive 220 games.
So she's
Talk
at
about
plus 370 now.
being a winner, being a professional. You don't lead the tournament for nothing, folks. What has made Daria's ascension this round obviously a key or hot storyline is because she started the round in 11.
Well, in the last 3 games, she's gone from 8th to 4th. And Shannon O'Keefe can max out at 193. So she's gone from 8th to 1st in 2 games.
Wow.
New leader alert, Daria Payuk.
Wow.
.257. She's at plus 387. Shannon's going to be in the 180s now, max.
You know, got to go back to game 3 earlier today. I just thought that was the game. If there was going to be a time to do it, it was going to be that game.
Alexis is going to hang on to that 4th spot here. Oh. Farady's still going to be in the mix, though. Kote's still going to be hanging around. Maria Balanova is going to be hanging around. Shampluhowski back into the mix. Brianna Klemmer, a big game and some help away. She did that last week. Kote is going to drop to plus 312 with 184. Crawley at plus 324. It's going to be the first player out. Looks like Nair is going to be hanging on to 4th spot. Plus 342. $180 for O'Keefe. She's going to drop to plus 372. So right now, unofficial, Daria Payuk plus 387 in first. Shannon O'Keefe plus 372 in second. Birgit Norreichs in third plus 370. Alexis Nair plus 342 in fourth. First player out, unofficial once again, plus 324, Verdi Crawley. Plus 312, Brianna Kote. Plus 308, Maria Balanova. Plus 296, Shannon Pluhowski. Plus 286, Brianna Klemmer. Whew. She's She's in the mix. Folks, as we get ready for game 6 here to this crazy, awesome, fantastic PWBA Greater Nashville Open. One final company we got to recognize here, Brunswick. Brunswick has been a proven industry leader for more than 100 years. For more information, be sure to check out www.brunswickbowling.com. Brunswick, a proud sponsor of the PWBA Tour. See a lot of their great equipment rolling down the lanes, throwing a bunch of strikes this week. And of course, we got a bowling ball giveaway from them as well coming up later tonight. Step ladder finals, 7 p.m. Eastern. Right here on bowltv.com.
Well, hey, Ron. This is it, man. It is played out in a way, maybe not exactly to what we thought, but we knew each game could present a lot of in and outs, not the burger. Left us in the top 4. And, for the most part, we've had that. And at the same time, especially early on, it was pretty calm in a sense. But we got to that point to where, there was 7 pins separating the top 4 at one point. And Daria Payo said, okay, here's my opportunity. And she's taken it and ran with it.
And folks, we still have a giveaway as well. We didn't forget. So that'll be coming up shortly here to start game 6.
I'd like to see Maria Bolanova do her best Vanderbilt impression. It'll leave us all something here to remember, to talk about here.
Anchor down.
Aaron, what's well, first of all, get the new standings.
Let it fly.
All right. As you mentioned, Daria Payok in the lead now at plus 387. Shannon O'Keefe is second at plus 372, followed by Birgit Norweiss is third at plus 370. Alexis Nair is fourth at plus 342. Verity Crawley fifth at plus 324. Rihanna Cote is sixth at plus 312. Maria Bolanova is seventh at plus 308. Shannon Puhowski is eighth at plus 296. Brianna Clemmer is ninth at plus 286. Valerie Bercier 10th at plus 254. Cassandra Luthold 11th at plus 242. And Stephanie Zavala 12th at plus 150. There's still an outside chance for Puhowski and Clemmer. And to a degree, Valerie Bercier, but those players would need a little help along with the big game.
Emil, we have 3 out of the top 4 right now on PWBA 1, so let's head over there. Check out that in the early going. Big early frame here for Alexis coming off the open. Now looking at a 3.6710. Daria, double 9 spare. Folks, let's go ahead and get that giveaway underway if this is your first time visiting Bowl TV. Ooh, that was vicious. You'll be looking for a prompt in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It's going to say, a giveaway will begin soon. Watch here to participate. It'll count down for 60 seconds. And then in that same exact spot, you'll see a new prompt that says, the giveaway has begun. That will go along with a countdown of 45 seconds and a submit entry button. And all you have to do is hit that submit entry button. You'll have a chance to win a PWBA Bull Fearless Mini Visible. You'll be taking that home. One lucky viewer. If you are watching in full screen, we do suggest you take it out so you can see the chat and everything for just a quick second, but we're going to go ahead and get that going. Let's get it after Shannon's shot here. 2-4-10. Giveaway underway.
And don't look now, but Valerie Bercier, front 3, 9 spare.
Nice cover there by Shannon.
Indeed. Bercier with the double after the 9 spare.
279 still out there. She's at plus 254. Birgit clean through 5. Shampluhowski had an open in the 3rd frame, followed it up with a double. Brianna Cote clean through 5. A double up there as well. Verity Crawley clean through 6. Double showing. Maria Belanova clean through 6, looking for a triple to start the 7th.
BC still in business.
And congratulations to Patty.
Patty.
Taking home a PWBA Bold Fearless Mini Visiball. Patty, our marketing team will be reaching out to you in the next couple of days to redeem that prize. Congratulations. And a big thanks to everybody for participating and being part of the Bold TV community. Oh, come on, 9-pin. Help the rook out.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, been a big-time double.
Just trying to hang tough here. Verity Crawley still in within reach, giving pace. But then that, here to get potentially trying to move up to at least the number 2 seed, and certainly the top seed. Still within reach. Well, Valerie Bercier is trying to wreck all the plans.
Valerie's kind of the wild card. Back-to-back opens for Birgit now. 124 in the 7th. She can max out at 214. Once again, her and Shannon have some room to work with here. So right now we're not having enough folks pressing the number at the moment.
Crawley right now maxed at 229. Speaking of Verity. Bercier can, if she does shoot 279, can take it to 333, plus 333.
So what you're saying, Emil, is these next 4 frames for Alexis Nyer are pretty important.
Definitely, as well as Verity Crawley and Brianna Cote, because they'd be looking at those players to not get to that number, obviously. In Verity's case, she would have to, she's already away from that number, the 333 number. Just left a 9-pin, or excuse me, a 10-pin. In the 9th frame, that brings her max now to 218 with the spare and 3 in the 10. Nice spare.
All right, we got 10th frame left to go for Verity. She covered the spare. 218 out there for her. Maria Belanova. Best she can get to is 218. She's got a 3-9 to shoot at. in the ninth. She did not convert that, so looks like Maria is not going to make it to the top 4. Her max now 206. Bercier getting up in the ninth frame. Oh, my goodness. I think that's the move for right now. Alexis Nair gets the hit in the 8th. Still has 200 even out there. Let's head on over to PWBA 2 real quick, folks.
Best Verity can do is 207. That will get her to plus 331. If you are just joining us, this is Game 6 and what has been a tightly contested round of 12, where almost every competitor, when we started this round, had an opportunity to make the show. Right now, Valerie Bercier can strike out to get to 279 and get to plus 333 overall, and force some big-time shots from Alexis Nair.
First shot of the 10th. Wow, another mixer. Verity finishes at 207, so she's plus 331.
Biggest shot of the week for Valerie Bercier coming up here.
She does not get this hit. The best she can get to is the 320s, plus 320. 268's plus 322. This 1 and 9 to get ahead of Crawley.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Left all the way. Best she can get now, 267. Cote can get to 216. That would put her to plus 328. Would not pass Crawley. Birgette's given some pins back, but it's not going to be enough.
Alexis Nair right now, Aaron.
I'm hustling.
No, it's all good. 10th frame. We'll do the radio call here. First one in the 10th.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Wow. Good Lord. So
That's going to cost her the show.
unbelievable. For the worst one I've seen in a long time. Hashtag Team No 8-Pin.
That is going to cost her the show. That is just unfair.
Wow. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. That was Hawk Harrelson brutal. Just make sure there. Daria finished with 179. That's 21 pins right there.
Plus 366. So right now, O'Keefe can get to the top seed. With 2 split conversions. Emil, you talked about the 8-pin potentially rearing its ugly head during the TV show. You still may be right, but that son of a gun is going to cost Alexis Nair her first championship round appearance.
Yeah, I talked about the growth element, and obviously Alexis is growing and blossoming right before our eyes here, and that's what she bowled too well to have that kind of break happen, or lack thereof, I should say.
By the way, Shannon O'Keefe needs his first strike to get the top seed. Otherwise, we potentially could have my math is right, potentially a tie overall.
I'm not sure what the breaker would be. Well,
it's in play now. Start start waving your hands. Where's Tennille?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right, unofficial, but by my math, Shannon O'Keefe needs to strike to tie Daria Payuk for the top overall seed. By our counts, it looks like the show is set. Daria, Shannon, Birgit, Verdi Crawley. The 8-pin in the 10th frame of the first shot, costing Alexis Nair the opportunity to make her first show. To tie for the top seed. Not going to get it. Daria Payuk's going to hold on to the top spot here for the PWBA Greater Nashville Open. What on earth just happened?
That was the most fun I've had in a round of 12 in a long time. And I mean fun overall as someone in our position. But you got to feel for Alexis Nair. But you also give a lot of respect and congrats to Daria Payuk for putting on the performance that she did to get to the number 1 seed from 11th place.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the top 4 for the PWBA Greater Nashville Open Step Ladder Final. Our number 4 qualifier from England, Verdi Crawley. Her opponent in the opening match, our number 3 seed from Germany, Birgit Nordin. And our number 3, our number 2 qualifier, our current WBA player of the year from Shiloh, Illinois. And the winner of that match will face our tournament leader from Poland, Daria Payuk. All right, boys, fans, those are the top 4 finalists for the live Bowl TV Step Ladder Final of the PWBA Greater Nashville Open. How about another big round of applause for all of our competitors? On behalf of the entire PWBA staff and crew, thank you very much for joining us today and all of your support of the PWBA. Make sure to return to watch the exciting conclusion of the PWBA Greater Nashville Open at 6 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, seating will begin at 5:30. But at this time, we're going to ask all of our spectators to exit the building. We're going to start a line at the check-in table. So again, all of our spectators, they move up, exit the building so we can prep for our semifinal. Thank you, everyone. The PWBA Greater Nashville Open at 6 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, the seating will begin.
All right, there's our top four. Daria Payuk, Shannon O'Keefe, Birgit Norex, and Verity Crawley. Our top four for the show, 7 p.m. Eastern, coming up in just about 1 hour. Emil, we're going to keep this short and sweet. Crazy finish there, crazy round. The craziness will continue 7 p.m. Eastern, stepladder finals here.
Congrats to Daria, Shannon, Birgit, and Verity. Daria, certainly. I admire Birgit's consistency today. She was excellent after that game one, 166 this afternoon. This afternoon. Daria put on the show. Almost gave up that top seed that she had earned by missing that spare in the 10th frame. But Shannon got, of course, 7 on the fill, needed a strike to tie. And Verity, the universe is weird sometimes, Aaron. And an opportunity that Verity maybe didn't think she might have, especially considering what Alexis Nair was doing. She gets into the show, albeit a terrible break at the hands of by Alexis Nair at the hands of an 8-pin. What great bowling from Alexis, though, all week. She just continues to show why she belongs, certainly, on the PWBA Tour. And now 2 friends on the show together, Daria and Verity, the player of the year, 2-time reigning player of the year, and Shannon O'Keefe and Birgit, who has certainly taken it personally. She wants a singles title, and this might be her an opportunity as well. Obviously, Verity looking for her first, Daria looking for her second, and Shannon looking to continue her Hall of Fame resume and add another title to it.
Well said. We'll look forward to it. 7 p.m. Eastern, the time. Carolyn Dorn-Ballard, the Hall of Famer, will be joining us for the call. So, folks, we got to get ready for a TV show just like that. Boom, it's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and sign off the opening match. Birgit versus Verity. Winner takes on Shannon. Winner takes on Daria for the title at the PWBA Greater Nashville Open. A big thank you, as always, to the USBC and BPAA and their board of directors for their continued support of the PWBA Tour. To Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of the PWBA Tour. The athletes, what a show they put on for us so far, and we still got more bowling left to come here. The fans, Bowl TV fans, you guys rock. Another fun chat. Great time out there. We got some more coming up for you here for the staff on site at the Smyrna Bowling Center, for the PWBA staff, for the Bowl TV crew, Curtis Von Kruger, Emil Williams Jr., I'm Aaron Smith. Thank you again for joining us here for the PWBA Greater Nashville Open. We'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern the time once again. And folks, remember, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here. We'll see you soon.